we're making some progress. We had our emergency support team did breach into the apartment. We did find 3 shell casings inside that apartment. That's kind of helping us out a little bit to where our next steps kind of take us. Again, if you happen to be this individual that shot one of my troopers today, give us a call. It'll make it a lot easier if you come in, tell your side of the story, let us know what's going on. We're going to finish cleaning up over at the apartment complex. We know it's been a huge inconvenience for the people that have lived there. Hopefully get them allowed to come back inside, and then we'll kind of go from there. Talking to the hospital in the last couple of minutes, the trooper's still in critical condition. We're waiting for some of the neurosurgeons and some of the more specialized surgeons to check his status and see where he is now. We have managed to get all of his family members, his mom, dad, his brothers and sisters are at the hospital with them, along with most of our command staff. So he has people that are with him right now. So that's kind of where we're at.
Do you have an idea of the gunman, where he is? It looks like there's some targeted trooper action here.
Yeah, we're making some progress. Is the best way that I can describe it right now is we're making some progress.
Can you talk to us a little bit about how we got to this point? Talk to us about the narcotics surveillance that he was doing at the time, just kind of setting the scene, I guess.
So we won't go into a lot of details about it because that's also still an ongoing investigation. This individual that was involved in the shooting is also involved in narcotics. So I don't want to go into a lot of details of what that case was, but the team was out there. They were doing surveillance on this individual when the shooting occurred. So that's one of the reasons we want to talk to them. Maybe he didn't know or something like that. So that's how we kind of got to this point. As soon as that occurred, we locked that apartment complex down. But usually by the time getting the trooper transport and stuff like that, there's always a lapse in time before that kind of goes through, and that's probably when he left the scene.
Can you give a few more details about your trooper, maybe where he was shot or what the extent the injuries are?
So he's got 10 years in service. He's part of one of our multi-jurisdictional narcotics task forces. He was shot in the body is the best description that I'm getting right now. That's one of the things that they're looking to see what those extents are. Right now he's in critical condition, but he is stabilized, and that was one of the main concerns when he first got there, was getting him stabilized and probably looking at some surgery after.
Lieutenant, you knew him personally. What does it mean to you?
Anytime, and no matter what department you're in or anything like that, whenever one of us is injured in the line of duty, while we all know that that's a possibility, but we don't really think about it. You always think it's going to be somebody else or something like that. But then, it happens to yours, and then you kind of really reassess, a little bit about what's being more careful, things like that. So, we just want to make sure that the community knows that he was out there doing his job. And hopefully, if they got some time, maybe some prayers for him and his family.
It's going to be a tough one for those troopers because they don't even know there was a gun pointed at them.
Correct. Yeah, and that's the tough part. We saw it with the DPD officer that lost, his life. Times are tough right now, and we can't, not only for us, but the community as a whole. It's not a day that we don't go by without hearing road rage on the freeways or shootings in our neighborhoods. We got to just kind of calm down a bit. So we just made an arrest. Actually, we made arrests on multiple suspects. I don't want to get into exact numbers yet because we're in the process of determining who's actually involved and who's not actually involved. Basically, we did some video surveillance. We're able to pick up a suspect through that video surveillance. Our surveillance team was able to start following behind certain people that were seen on the videos. We used our aviation unit as well to kind of follow this car. A traffic stop was conducted by those cars that we just saw leave this area, and both parties were taken into custody at that time. So we'll say two. Two's fine.
Do you believe you've got the shooter then?
We're feeling pretty good about it. Anything else, it's now comes the hard part is investigative stuff, is putting them behind the scene and where they were before and things like that. But we feel pretty confident that the neighborhood's safer today.
Any weapons recovered?
We won't go into anything like that yet. So.
And 2 men that were arrested?
We won't go into anything like that
So,
yet.
but
Because
you-
I just want to make sure for the fact of sometimes when you get a group together, some people are the bad guys and some people are the innocent bystanders. We just want to fit some categories.
2 people are arrested.
2 people are in custody.
Did DPD do it or you guys?
That would be the MSP.
Any incidents with the traffic stop?
No, they surrendered right away as soon as the troopers pulled them over. There was quite a few patrol cars out there. So visual deterrence is usually a very good way to get people to surrender.